Today we are starting our new project in CODEIGNITER. So first of all, our previous things, we have that project. It's a multi-auth. Okay, so this is our basic project, and I am going to use it again for the another. Okay, so this time I am going to create a portfolio dynamic website. Okay, so first we are going theme 1000 free HTML templates. Okay, so instead of wasting our time in designing, okay, this is the site with the theme wagon. You will find here templates. Okay, so this one, and these are the free templates, so no any copyright issue. And out of that we choose some long one. Let's see this one. So instead of download, first I see the preview. Okay, they have given preview on GitHub, and it's a single page website. Okay, so about, okay, so it's on the same page. When I go to about, scroll like this is the food menu available in that restaurant. Then we have the specials, events. Okay, let's try this. Okay, it also has the slider, and we are going to make all things dynamic, and this location and all. Okay, so to make it dynamic means we create a admin panel, and all details we are seeing here we can manage them. I think here pop-up form should, no, this is the normal book table. So I need to get this link by the email, so I put my email here at gmail.com. Okay, so I go to my Gmail and download that template from the given link. Okay, theme wagon download link. So it's quite slow. Yes, click here to start. Yes, here your download should started. Okay, started. I open this, show in the folder. I extract it to restaurantly, that now name given, extract to restaurantly. Okay, it's got a bunch of that HTML, CSS and JS. There was one inner page. Okay, it was for what, let me see. Okay, it's for adding the new page, and if you want a multi-page, they have given this, author given this thing. Okay, so it's not compulsory. Okay, so this is currently the static site. Let me see ENT, what is there? Nothing. No multi-language site it is. So okay, so I go to htdocs. I first open this folder in the open with code, and then next thing I have to go to htdocs, and this is multi not copy, I rename it to restaurantly. Okay. So okay, localhost, and in this the multi-auth is the system with it's a login based system basic with the role base, means it has two roles, one for editor and admin, and it's just basic. So I just started taking this template to avoid the time required for the implementation of that. Okay, so this is the localhost restaurantly. This is, and here in the public we are using the CODEIGNITER 4. That's why it's just like this. This is my root. Then if I go to login, yes, it has the login, and we have some previous logins, multi-auth. Okay, I have these things. Okay, here, and this is our user table. Only this one table currently we have. So this is working, you can, but it don't have the registration function. So I first go and do this to log in as admin. I copy this email and paste it here, and I have the password 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Okay, so and once log out, it again go to login page, and when we go to the public, that is a root of our project, is just like the default welcome page of CODEIGNITER 4. So first thing, I will remove this public from the URL. I search on Stack Overflow, remove public from. Okay, so it's simple. If we get stuck, we use the help. It's simple, just you have to go to public folder, Control A, Control C. First step is copy all the things in public folder to the root of our directory. Okay, and next thing is, okay, I open this folder because we require this thing. Ani public, I remove this public, okay, folder, and I hit the refresh. Okay, something is not working still. Even it is restaurantly, and we have the index file here also. Okay, we are in multi-auth, sorry, restaurantly. Okay, so we get this error. We quickly eliminate this error. It is just finding the path file. Okay, go to index.php and then go to line number 20. Yes, here, and you have to remove these two dots and this folder, because if you see now the path with respect to this index file app, then config, and then path.php. Okay, so I have to, where this file was in a public folder previously. Okay, so that's why it have to go to back to root directory and then again go to the app folder. So but currently we have placed this index file in the root folder, so we don't have to need the going back in the directory. So we can directly go to app folder, then config and paths.php. We can find this is the file. Okay, so I just hit refresh again. and it's working. So no more need to have this public in our URL. Next thing, I have to check the login. Okay, login form is loading, and I try with the login. I put the password 1234567 okay, so this is logout, and currently we need only one user, that the for the backend, and this. So first we have to go to, this is our route. Here the restaurantly, that theme will be came here. Okay, so first I have to check from which controller this page is coming. So I go to, I remove this thing, don't save it in the paths, not in the paths, in the controller. This is our home controller, and we have the welcome message view. Okay, so let use this controller as it is, and as welcome message I rename it to index view. Okay, and when I refresh it, it will not find the index view and it shows some error. Okay, next, this view was given the welcome message, I rename it to index. Okay, now try to refresh, it's okay. So I rename the file view file and call that file in the controller. So this is the thing. Currently the first purpose is integrating the static template, then making the dynamic template from adding the fields from the admin panel, and then calling those data, calling some model and grabbing those fields from the database and passing to this index file. So first of all, we just erase everything here. Okay, and first we have to make some template. So we have to make some yes, we have some layouts, app layout we have. Okay, and in admin dashboard we use the layouts like this. So I just copy it for the fast building purpose. Okay, and instead of applying app layout, I am applying home layout. Okay, so why I am applying that layout? Okay, so first I have to copy this layout. So I create some file home.php. Okay friends, I am creating this file in the inside the layout. Okay, I will show you again where are those files. Okay, so I reveal this directory, htdocs. So in the app and inside the views, this is our main page. This is going to be shown, and next thing, we have the admin folder to show the admin view. Okay, and in the layout I have copied this app .php and rename it to home.php, because the app.php we are going to use for the admin and home.php for the front end. And what are the layouts? They have the header and footer, and we integrate other views that like index view and those. So instead of writing that header and footer again and again in all parts, so currently we are dealing with the index.php and home.php. Home.php is a layout, and we are using it, extending our index view with that layout, home.php layout, and this thing will be shown on there. So first I remove this. So okay, so save it, and now I go to that theme that we have downloaded. First open the index page. in the HTML, everything before the body, means including the body start tag to start of that is our header. And also remember, not only this, but we also have to consider that top bar, then header. Also we include that header that have the nice menu, and hero section will be in our body. So I took first 100 lines because the header ends at 100th line. I just copy this entire thing, copy it, then I go to here, and I'm not going to paste this in the index because we have to make the layout. So I go here, this is our home.php, the layout. So everything before this rendering body, I put this, okay, I put all the things, because this only the thing means what we are going to write here in the index.php between the body section. The section is starting at line number 3, okay, line number 3, and it is ending at the 7. In between will be render with this layout. So, and when we call this render section, that written things will be go here at line number 101, and next I have to put some footer text or footer scripts or other thing. So I again go to that theme. Okay, so where is the end of body tag? I will take that tag, and if it have some JS functions or files loaded, I will take yes, it has that. I also take this footer, that copyright and everything, blah blah blah. So line number 945 to the that 975 is our footer. Okay, and every document, everything we have the different line number as header and footer. So wisely choose those things, and those things will be known to you how much practice you have for this front end. Okay, but the thumb rule is scripts, footer text, and end of body, end of HTML in the footer, and everything that in the head tag, and the that top menu, navigation menu in the header, because those are repeating things. Okay, I just copied that footer and paste it here. So I just save it, and this is our index page. Okay, and we have to write some sections. So I write the h2 and say hello, I am front page. Okay, and I save it and hit the refresh. So let's see the magic. Yes, hello, I am the front page, this is our header, and this is our footer, but the thing is going wrong, the assets. Okay, currently if you go to our template, home template, it includes some files, and those are not CDNs, so it's looking for assets vendor aos.aos.js, but you are confused where to put that assets folder. So I go here and right click, just inspect, and go to console shows files not found and other things. And if you go here, the URL is just put those things in the root of your project, but it will work, but it is not the proper way to deal with this type of problem. First I copy these assets, okay, and put in the root of our project, root directory of our project. Just copy, and I hit the refresh again, and you will see the things working. All things are working, but still why this footer is not at the bottom and those things. First of all, Okay, it ends here. This is our div section 943, and we have, okay, unfortunately, if you see, this is our main tag. Okay, end of main, and main is started where? Okay, control F, main, and is started at 123. If I close this, and in the body we have two sections, one is hero and one is main, and from the line number 885 to below is the footer. Okay, this is good theme because they have written comments which help us to find the header and footer, what we can say, like, okay. So this is the render body started. I put that footer here. Okay, again I go here, hit the refresh. Okay, header footer there, but that text is not coming here cause it has the main tag. So they have some CSS for this main tag and this hero section. So instead of writing these things that single line, we just wrote this to check our integration of that home template with this index.php. If I replace this thing here, okay, and I refresh again, so you have the successful integration of that HTML static into the CodeIgniter. Still it is static. Okay, now we go to login, we go to admin panel, login, and try to make the changes. We can change, so here we can change the logo, text, this information, these photos, and all these things. So first thing, okay, we create home. This is our home, means this is our hero section, we can say. And just like this, this name, home, about, menu, special, events, chef, gallery, and contact, we give same name to those table and those settings. Okay, so finally we have integrated, but I want to tell you one more thing that I was there. So if you see here, is the assets, and you have to use the base URL function. Okay, so first thing I have to do is, in the home, I have to use the base URL function. First I try to use it, and it will give me the error cause we have not enabled. Okay, I will show you. Instead of this base underscore URL, and put the entire thing inside this function. Okay, until the file path is 8, and just like this. Okay, so it will not show you the error, and then I hit the refresh. I check the console, F12, I check the console, and the network, I don't have any error. The console, allow right click, processing. Okay, not this thing, and I think it is enabled. Yes, it was the previously done project with multi-auth. We already enabled this thing, the base URL. If not, go to config, and then again go to app.php. This is the root part. Okay, we also have to change these things. Restaurantly. Okay, and instead of public, now use only this, restaurantly. Okay, we have to load some libraries. Okay, not here. Here are those env file. I just confused with the ci4 and 3. Okay. Restaurantly. Okay. Then ci environment, we defining the base url. Yes, this is our table name. Okay, all set. We don't need to add this helper to left. Again I have to confirm those helpers. Yes, this is our bootstrap and it is loaded here. But another one way is yes, here is the difference. If you go to base url and if you search helper, yes, I have added it here. And every controller, that whether it is a home controller or this admin controller, they extends the base url, and we set the helpers to be loaded on this line number 39. Protected helpers, there is the variable, array variable, and I have written there url. That's why the helper url is loaded, and helper url is loaded, then only we are going to use this base url function. Okay, so this setting is necessary if you want to use the base url function that we had used in the template. Okay, here. Okay, so I have to do this for all things. Okay, 1 minute, I will show you. We have defined this restaurantly there. Okay, so we have defined this as a base url in both setting, environment setting, and in the app.php inside the config folder. Still there is a issue. Message port was closed. I think this is from the theme. This is not any PHP related issue. So I am here. I am checking in the header, and yes, look here. The first for which we use the base url, it loads complete path, and this is the assets vendor AOSAS. How it is taken? It is taken from the URL in the our get. Means it is taken from the URL in our the browser. So if it is changed somehow, then those paths are also changed. So we have to use the base URL and use this function to refer those assets. So I going to make these changes for all other assets. So first I have to complete one side, and then again I do another side. To do fastly, I am doing this because okay, and then the remaining thing is this. Control C, go to CSS, paste this, again go to .css at the end of that file name, asset file name, paste those things, and all errors will be disappears. Okay, there. Still some problem. Yes, we forgot to put that here, that comma. Okay, same thing happen everywhere, that get placed. or we have not copied that comma. That was the problem. Okay, so again I hit the refresh and trying to check for all the style sheet they have the URL with respect to base URL. Okay, inside the head, extract the head, extend script, not the script, link. Okay, yes, now you can see all the CSS with the base URL path. Okay, same thing we have to do with the other assets like okay, base URL. Okay, caps lock is on. Base URL, semicolon, break comma, comma. Okay, this is one thing. The current path is provided as the parameter to that base URL function. These steps are very boring steps actually, but we have to do. We don't have any option. Okay. And finally end. This is for the CSS. Still we have to use the same thing for the JS. Where are those JS files? Here are too many JS files. Okay, I use the power of this editor. Control D, Control D, Control D. Okay. Base underscore URL, open bracket. Okay, then I press the escape to get out from these things. I have to select the common path. Okay, that only it. Select Control D, Control D, Control D, Control D, Control D, Control D. Okay, selected a single, then closing bracket, question mark, closing the PHP. Okay, so again I hit refresh. Still big problem. We have to go to console and check the problem. That this was the previous error, and we have to check other errors. And then I have to check what is going wrong. Assets JS. Okay, these are the script src. If there is a problem with CSS, no, functions are correct, but where's the problem then? Base underscore URL, base underscore URL. Okay, Control plus F5. Just close this. 8 issues. Okay, 8 cookies issues, but it's not showing the proper error. Okay, to know what is going wrong, just right click view base source and try to check whether those files are exist or not. I think all CSS files are exist. Okay, this one is not exist. We have problem with template when CSS dot file. Okay, and I think there only we have the problem. Let me check JSR properly. Yes, those files are properly added. only this main file we have the problem with. Localhost restaurant assets css. Okay, I'll go there, and here, yes, the problem was that I added this int improper way. So I go here, save it, and again I hit the refresh. No, the code was changed. So finally we check the result. So everything is working fine now with the base URL. So again I close other tabs to the right, and here we have the database. Okay, so I go to admin. Okay, and admin redirects me to the login. Okay, quickly I show you that controller to you. That's all about the front end, and still we have to do the fetching of data and all those things, but currently we have one page only in this theme. So I go to admin. This is our index function, but in the construct you can see that if the role in the session is not set to admin, it will access denied it. And also we have wrote some validations, user rules. Okay, so validate the URL, validate the user, sorry, and if that user is not validated, and we also use the filters, this auth filter and no auth filters, and you can see those filters in this filter folder. Here we have write that URL. If it is not login, then you redirect it to login URL. And what is that login URL? In the controller, the user controller, we have that login function, and inside the routes, okay, routes are inside the config, and you see the routes. Here we have defined that login route. Okay, yes, this is a route match get post both. For the login you have to go to user controller and use the login function. Okay, so we are here in the user controller and in the login function, but this view is not attractive, and we are going to use the open source admin template to make login to be work. So my favorite admin panel template is cool admin, and I am going to use it. It's not necessary you also have to use this template. Okay, I go to colorlib.com. okay, here is the demo, but I want to download it. Okay, we download it from the GitHub. Go and just download the zip. I am not covering front-end design in this video because already too many things to do, and the length of video will be increased and you will get bored. And if we have already copyright free and standard templates, why should not we use it? So cool admin master, and it has the vendor folder, too many assets, and my plan is to make this project big one, so I'm going to use all these assets. So next time I just copy all those assets: CSS, fonts, images, JS, media, and vendor. Vendor has too many plugins. Those are used for several features which are going to see in few minutes. So I go to that htdocs and our restaurantly. It is not compulsory to stick only with that page, but in future we can do. Okay, inside the assets, I create one more folder, admin asset, because I want to separate the admin asset from the front end asset. If we not separate those admin assets from the front end assets, then it will cause the problem. Might be the conflict, jQuery conflict, or other CSS conflict. CSS conflict 100% will be there. So to avoid that, we have to separate those assets, front end assets from the admin assets. So using the path, we must have to add that admin subfolder. Okay. So first thing, we see this is our demo. Inside the pages, you can see the login page. So we have to use this page. We have already all those assets. And for now, we are not going to use with the signing with Facebook, signing with Twitter. We're just going to use the regular signing. First, you have to know this is our login, and which view we are going to use is the login view. Okay, and here are some email and password login that match with our this template form of cool admin. So I have to replace this view with this login view. So how I am going to do this? First of all, I have downloaded that folder. I also have to open it with the code, and I just directly go to that login page. Header and footers are there. Okay, login has those headers and footers. And one more thing to be considered, if you see the layout of this login and layout of that dashboard, both are different. Okay, so first I made the different layout. Just we have made the home layout, and we inbuilt have the app layout. So we are going to use that app layout for the dashboard. So for the login page, I create login layout or login page layout to avoid the confusion. Login page.php, this is our layout. Okay, so layout has three sections. First I copy this basic structure. Okay, something went wrong. I just copy it, go to login page and Ctrl V. Okay, this is and okay, this will be my header and following will be my footer, and inside is the body of that page that we are going to create, that is login page. So go to that login HTML. This is from the cool admin template. So here we don't have any navbar. Okay, because login page don't have any navbar. So I copy all the things about the body, including that body tag also. Okay, so including that body tag also, I copy those things as a header. This thing is good because instead of creating header differently thing, then footer differently, and then integrate to that main page, instead that create one layout and render the body section of that main page with that layout. Okay, so this is our header, and now I am going to use that base URL. So I am going to use this shortcut with this Visual Studio Code already given. So press Ctrl D, Ctrl D, Ctrl D until you have all this link href. One more is there, yes. So I started question mark equal to base underscore URL, okay, and I started opening and closing this, okay. So here I have to do one more thing. I have to find this .css and okay, and I put the control D, how many files? We find many files. Yes, we have selected all. Yes, so I just close this base URL function and close the PHP tab. Okay, and I save it. Now, yes, good. And we render the body, and here we have to take all the things just below this div. This div will be, that page wrapper will be our main page content. Everything below this div is our footer for that login page only. Okay, so I have selected these and put all those things below this. Okay, and I save it. Okay, and one more thing remaining. Now we have the login view already, okay, that was given previously. So instead of using this view, first let me confirm the name. Okay, name of email field is email and password field is password. So because we had that logic previously done, or we just keep it as it is and we delete this letter. So I go here and copy this page wrapper here and the login.php. Then names are same, but here we have that validation errors to be shown there. Inside that, just copy those things and this below. Okay, so if you can see, this is our login page. Okay, just below the logo we can show the errors. So here below this logo we put that validation errors. Next thing, yes, form action and method we have to copy. Sorry, here yes, here action and method we replace with the original one. So even the look is changed, still we have the same login form. Let me check, hit the refresh for this. Yes, but still we have some problem. Okay, so that problem was, I previously discussed the base URL, but those assets are in the admin folder. If you remember, those are in the admin folder. So again go to that our the base URL, and here we have to add that admin folder, because those are, we have separated those assets from the front end. Okay, so I go here and put the admin and again the slash. Still we have to do this base folder thing for the footer also. So control D, these things. Okay, so I do this base URL, open that curly bracket, yes, escape this time, again escape, and this time we have to select .js because we are doing the base URL integration for those JS files. Control D. Okay, so I have completed. Okay, so save it, again go there, hit F5, and this time have the errors again, and 3 errors there are. Let's go to console and try to check those errors. Okay, files are properly placed, directly processing, still have those things. Yes, failed to load the resources, the source status 04 page hook. No, this is for the Chrome extension. Then error, right click. Okay, those are different things. Okay, right click and view page source. This is the CDN, no problem. Yes, one more thing remaining is the assigning this layout to that view. Okay, so let's go with the login page, layouts, login page layout. Okay, I save it. Now this time it should work. Okay, we are not finding the files. Okay, 62 console log errors, we are there, we are got there. And the first thing, localhost restaurantly admin CSS. So again that error, so instead of editing all those files, go here and put all the admin folder. Okay, admin assets folder just outside, because here admin, and then inside the asset put all this images. Okay, create new folder assets and select all those things, cut them inside and paste them. So finally it will work. No. Okay, localhost vendor, yes. Here also we have to do those things. The path correction, all is admin. Okay, I have to select these things, control D. Okay, admin there. Inside the admin we have to select assets, then we have all those vendor and all those blah blah things, and same thing. Okay, we don't need assets folder. Okay, control Z it, only we need admin folder. I put those things here, I save it, then again I go to that file explorer, control A, control X, and paste all those things here, and I delete the assets folder. And if I hit refresh this time, okay, control plus F5, so localhost restaurantly admin vendor, okay, restaurantly assets, something went wrong. This I'm gonna copy. Yes, problem is that instead of copying in the stdocs project, we have copied in the wrong place. So I have to create one folder called admin, and inside that admin we have to put that all the assets from the cool admin. And now I hit the refresh. So finally we done with this, and we are not going to find this logo because we are not using that base URL with it. So if you go to that login.php and here base URL, and okay, and that logo is inside the admin asset folder, and if I hit the refresh again, you must see that logo. Yes, and one error is common, it is from the extension. Okay, so no need to worry about. I have installed some extension for the Google Chrome, that's why this problem. So I have to remove this login with Facebook and Twitter. So go to the code. Inside the code you will find these two buttons there. So I delete entire this div social login content, and again I save it. If you see, yes, so the major things are done with the login. We are not doing anything, just we are integrated two templates. Okay, still you don't have the permission to access. The problem was that the admin and admin we have used the same folder name and that thing. Okay, so instead of using the admin, I cut it, and again I put that folder inside the assets. So I add the assets parameter in the login page, that here whatever may be the admin and / there. Okay, control C, control F, control H and control V, and I add the assets. Okay, I have to replace it at 27 places. Save it. Then I go back again restaurantly, and then I go to admin. Okay, yes, we are already logged in. That's why when I go to log out, it will show me that login page. And that was the old form we have saved for the reference inside the login.php. I simply remove that form. Okay, and nonsense all surround me making noise. Okay, sorry for that. Okay, 5 6 7 8, and I hit the enter and it's out. So this is our the dashboard page, and also we have to replace this, and we have to make some changes with the app.php. This is our layout for the dashboard. Okay, so again go to that code, the HTML code of that template. I go to index file because I have to use the default template, and this is the body and all the things about that line number 38 I will copy and put them into app.php. Okay, again we have to do the corrections with the help of base URL, base underscore URL control D. Okay, so this base URL open bracket in the single quote and .css. We have to select this D. Now I select all those things. Okay, single quote, closing bracket, and the closing that. Okay, I hit the escape, again escape. Yes, now the header is done. So remaining thing, the footer. I will go to that index page. This will be the main content, and just below everything the page wrapper div is our footer. So copy, go to that app.php, replace, select the script src, control D. Okay, go to base URL bracket there. So now select the JS and finally not yet, we have to put the assets, then admin. We have to replace this entirely base URL for both header and footer. Control F, Control H, Control V. Okay, to replace same, to copy this, replace with this. Okay, and I replace it 20 some places, save it. Okay, yes, it's okay, no error. Let me check again with the header. No error. Go here, hit the F5. So we have this, but to inspect and again check the path, we have two errors, source and then console. The first error seen port close and another from the extension. Okay, why these things are not working? Because the main things are in the, okay, we not save this file. First thing, again that sidebar and all those things still are in the main content. So again go to that index.php from the cool admin, then inside that page wrapper. Okay, if I put that entire page wrapper in the dashboard, okay, so first we have to go to admin controller and see, yes, admin dashboard is the view file. Okay, so go in the admin view, admin, and then no, this is third party vendor folder, not this. Yes, here the dashboard. Okay, site URL and logout, that will be the another part, it's not matter. Okay, inside the, okay, I will, no, it's just simple to remember, site URL logout. Okay, and we have to get the name from the session. Okay, just keep it as it is. Put this and I hit the refresh again. Okay, and we are going to see why this is happening, because we are missing the paths. Again, right click and inspect sources, consoles. 71 missing. So how's the path? Localhost restaurant assets, admin vendor. Okay, replacement was not correct, so I have to go this app.php. Let me check what is going there. It's totally wrong. Okay, we are going inside the assets. Okay, the admin, I save it first, I refresh it. Okay, only 9 errors. Okay, we quickly find them and fix them. Okay, those are all for the images, and we'll find where they are coded and replace them with the base URL. So base URL is important, that's fine, I tell you that previously. Okay, first I rename this with the logged in user. So this is our template, this is our dashboard. Inside the dashboard, okay, we have to separate its sidebar and top bar, because those are repetitive things. So the page wrapper, yes, this is the name. We will get the username, logged in username from the session. I will quickly find the John. I replace his name with the actual logged in username, John. Okay, and same way we have the email. I think email might be same with the, instead of name we use the email and we remove this help. Okay, and we also wrote previously that function logout. I just copy that href and I find the logout of that theme. Okay, here I have to give the link, this one, 4 logouts there. Okay, do that and just load. I first test and remove this code, that old code. Okay, okay, I have name here, I have that admin password here, again hello here, and now I have to check whether the logout is working or not. Yes, it is working. Again it will redirect me to the login page, and again type this, click to Gmail 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 and hit the enter. Again to dashboard. Yes, everything is working fine. So I removed that previously given code. So we completely change our front end and the back end with the new 2 themes with the CODEIGNITER 4. So that's all now, and it's already 1.5 hour tutorial. So I stop this video here and record the new video. Okay, bye now.